Hey, what's happening, everybody? Jay Shockblast here, and check it out. It was inevitable, the comparison between the SCUF Gaming Infinity Series controller and the Xbox One Elite controller. Now, SCUF has pretty much started this market by giving you the premium customized game controllers with more precision triggers and all sorts of cool stuff like that. And you have to really commend them for inspiring Microsoft to go out and create the Elite, because as we all know, that's definitely what prompted Microsoft to create a premium remote control. So, I've had a chance to play as both of them. This is the brand new Patriot version of the Elite, of the Infinity controller from SCUF. And I've been playing some Overwatch with it. I thought that was a really good game to kind of get a feel for it. And what I can say is, after playing a lot with the Elite controller and not quite as much with the Infinity, I would say there's definitely a lot of things to kind of keep in mind. Now, number one, there's a lot of things going for one of the controllers over the other, and my decision on which one I would go with is going to be pretty clear. The Xbox One Elite controller has removable pieces, so there's 3 different sticks that it comes with in the case. Here's the case. It comes with a few of them. One of mine fell off. There's 2 that are domed. There's one that's the kind of inverted, that's a little bit higher, and then one that's lower. One of mine fell off, and it's under my TV somewhere. So, you've got 3 different options as far as the sticks. With SCUF, you kind of have to, when you're creating your controller, you have to pick, and I don't know what happened. I kind of went with whatever they did for stock for this one. I liked it. It was an American flag looking controller, and I thought that was really cool. So that's what I went with. So the advantage there is definitely the Xbox One Elite controller. Another thing, and this is one of my biggest pain points, is the triggers on the back. Or the paddles, I should say. So the Xbox One remote has these metal paddles. They are completely out of order, and they're also completely detachable. So obviously mine was in the wrong position because I don't really use the paddles. But if I wanted to, they're easy. Wanted to or didn't want to, they're easy to kind of go back and forth. I might even have these wrong. But yeah, I think it actually goes this way. There we go. See, I don't use them, so but if you wanted to use them, it's definitely easy to do. They feel really good. I love the metallic feel to them, but I also love that I can just sit here and magnetically take them right off and not use them. And I just haven't had the patience to sit down and do it. The SCUF paddles, which, let me just tell you, major props to them. They sent me the wrong backing. These were supposed to be red, white, and blue, and I sent them a message through their service on their site, and they instantly sent me out the right one, like no questions asked, and within like a few short hours. But they're not removable, and they're very clicky. Now, I don't really use them, but because of that, because of the way they put them on, you literally have to take the back of the piece off. Maybe they're removable. I haven't quite figured that out yet. The battery just fell out. I don't know. I haven't really looked, but I don't like them. That's the bottom line. Is I just don't like them, the triggers. If you had a gun to my head and you told me I could use one trigger or the other, I would want to use the metal ones for the Xbox One Elite, because I like the way they're positioned. On the back of the controller, you know, when I'm holding, I can't show you the way I'm holding on the back, but when I'm holding it, my fingers are like this, and you know, they've got the Xbox One Elite has them in a natural position, whereas these ones, they're kind of, you know, you're just alternating between. So I don't really find that very useful, and I'm just not thrilled with it. I wish I had just a regular back for the controller so I could just not use the paddles at all. Obviously, both of them have a really nice grip. This grip has ruined Xbox One controllers for me, because it just feels so good in my hand, and I love it. The grip for the SCUF controller is not bad. Honestly, like, I could even say for some people, it's probably a wash. So, you know, it feels good in the hand for the most part. You know, it stays well in the hand, I guess is what the main point is, because it's good grip. Customization, obviously, if you want all sorts of funky colors for your controller, SCUF is the way to go. You can customize the color of the plate. You can customize the color of these rings, the thumbsticks, the backing piece right here. You can customize the color that the on-off button glows. You know, the color of the buttons. Like, there's a lot of customization features that you get with the SCUF controller. So that is a really great advantage that they have over the Elite controller. So I mean, and that's a huge thing. I used to work for a company that made a lot of products in the consumer market, and we made headphones that you could customize on our website, and you would not believe how popular that was. There's a company called Colorware that does it too. I mean, you can send this controller into Colorware, and for a price, they can, you know, customize it to your liking as well. But you know, SCUF out of the box, you order it online and you get it the way you want it. So, you know, the advantage there is definitely for SCUF. As far as how it actually feels to use in your hand, I mean, this controller to me is still the best controller ever made. It's the right weight. It feels really good. It feels really solid. I freaking love this controller. And honestly, I can't see myself ever using another one again. What prompted me to buy the SCUF one is this is had like a Top Gun theme to it. You know, I am obviously American. I love the American flag kind of in the background. It's the first SCUF controller that I saw that I said, I could see myself owning that one. And, you know, it's not bad, but it's a lot lighter in my hand. And, you know, for a comparison purpose, you know, this is a standard, you know, stock controller from Xbox One, Microsoft, the one that they make, and, you know, it feels kind of like you have this one in your hand, and I'm just so used to this one being so heavy and so much more weighted, and I prefer that weighted feel. You know, these ones, they're a little bit lighter, so maybe it's because I'm so used to this that it's hard to go back, you know, to that. So obviously I kind of summed it all up for you. The Xbox Elite controller, as far as I'm concerned, is the best controller ever made. And if you had to choose between the two, you're saving money by getting the Elite controller. I mean, at this point, now that, you know, they've been out for a little bit, I've walked into 2 stores today. I walked into a Target and I walked into a GameStop, and both of them had them in stock. I was in a Best Buy earlier in the week. They had it in stock. So these Elite controllers are in stock now. So this one retails for $149.99. The SCUF, I want to say, with tax and with shipping, I should say, I end up paying about $190 for this controller. And I'm not gonna lie, I wish I didn't order it, but I've always wanted a SCUF, so I don't really regret it completely, even though I say I wish I didn't order it. because I have always wanted a SCUF. I would have never known until I bought one and just tried it and just did it. So I don't regret it in that regard, but in a way I kind of wish I had my money back, because like if I really need another controller, which I don't, I have a slew of controllers, as many of you guys know. If I really wanted to spend a lot on another premium controller, I would have just got another Elite. And I'll probably be feeling it even more once E3 rolls around in a couple days, because I just have this feeling that Microsoft is going to show off like a new color for the Elite. They're going to have like a, if they have a red, I'm just going to kick myself. Red's my favorite color. So the bottom line is, actually, to be completely fair, let me go SCUF Patriot. Let me just give you the exact price on it. So it's $159.95 with no customization, literally just the stock. As you go through, there are things that you can add. I wish I did the concave regular length. I messed that up right there. Actually, the 159 is the that's actually the PS4 controller. So let me just figure out. Let's see, store, Xbox One. So I mean, they do have controllers that start a little bit lower. You know, the Infinity One Black is 119. You know, there's some that are 149. So they kind of work their way up. You can get the like Optic and Envy and Phase and Team Caliber and Epsilon and Farico and Strictly Business. They all have controllers for 159. There's more teams. There's the Avenged Sevenfold, UMG, the MLG Pro. Those are 159. So yeah, this one I think was 159. No, 149. It's a limited edition though, so I guess that's kind of cool. So I mean, you're basically looking at between 120 and 150 as a starting point, and then as you start customizing, they go up. This controller ended up being more expensive than that one for me. If you go with the bare bones basic SCUF controller, you may come out a few dollars less than the Elite. Pay the extra for the Elite. The Elite controller is it's the best controller I've ever used. I will fight for this one forever because it's perfection as far as I'm concerned. So I mean, and I feel bad saying that because like I know SCUF does so much for the gaming community. And I really appreciate what they do, and I do like the way this controller looks. I mean, it's a really cool look, but as far as usage is concerned, it'll probably be my backup controller, because I do have a tendency to let these ones die. So I mean, it'll probably be my backup, or maybe I'll bring it to my upstairs Xbox and have it be my main controller up there. From that perspective, I mean, the triggers feel good. I didn't really talk about the triggers. The triggers, honestly, on both of them, they're both great. I really don't have any complaints about either. I don't think one is better than the other. But, you know, all told, I cannot recommend the Xbox One controller enough. And, oh, the Xbox One also has two profiles that you can use for the controller, and it's got the removable D-pad. I happen to prefer this one, but it has a regular D-pad as well. You know, the Definite Pro though is, you know, they're both great controllers. You're really getting a good controller with the SCUF as well. So I don't want it to sound like too negative, but when it comes to Xbox One controllers, hands down, bottom line, gotta have the Elite. The Elite's the best. When it comes to PS4 controllers, you know, maybe that's what I probably should have done is bought a SCUF PS4 controller, because, you know, I think you're gonna get some benefits out of that controller over the stock DualShock 4, and with the customization and all that, I think you're gonna really kind of come out on top. This just feels like a premium controller, you know. It feels great in the hands, and I just again, the Elite is the best ever, and I do not remotely regret saying that. I hope this was helpful for you. Obviously, this is my personal opinion. I'm not sponsored by either company by any stretch of the imagination. I bought them both with my own personal money. I will. I just can't use any of, like, I used to collect controllers. Like, I've got pretty much every single one they had made up until a certain point. But I've actually kind of stopped because I love the Elite so much that it's like I'm not even using these anymore. And I actually, for the Xbox controllers, I won't even buy one anymore unless it has this kind of nice grip to it, which isn't quite the same as that one, but it's still better than what they're usually doing. So anyway, I hope this was an informative, helpful video for you. Just both solid controllers, but the Elite is the best. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you. Oh yeah, I know I said goodbye, but I just also thought of one thing. The Xbox One controller comes with a long braided charging cable, whereas the SCUF controller does not. You have to actually pay for that as extra. So thought I would throw that little nugget in there as well when you're talking about value. And now for realsies, I'm out. Peace. Psych! I lied. There was one more thing I wanted to add. The Elite controller comes with a case, whereas you have to buy the case for your SCUF. So, yeah, it's all about building value, and things like a case and a braided USB to micro B cable to charge the controller. Those are pretty big. They add up pretty quick. SCUF, let's see what their store says. Xbox One accessories. Their protection case is $12.95, and they don't have a price on their braided cable until you actually get into. Well, actually, let's go ahead and just pick a controller here. The Gotaga has 4 paddles. Next, 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 next. Control disc next. Alright, so their gamers bundle is $49.95, reduced from $89.95, and that comes with a case, a lanyard, grips, some extra sticks, and gamer grip. So, yeah, there you go. So, things that you need to factor in when you're making your decision. And I've just looked around everywhere before I started the video again, and I don't think there's anything else I can add. So, alright, for real, really, I promise you, we're done. Get out of here. Gotta go.